Let's go take a look at, I guess let's fight Osh.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Let's fight Osh a little bit. Let's close some of these windows out. Oh, man. Oh, we've already... Okay. Well, I didn't get to use my my weaker teams. That's all right. That's all right. Let's see how my meta team is doing against this bad boy. Yeah. Let's see. Isaac, Sebastian, Zhu, Nebula, Martha. We are going to use... let's use Albus. Nah. Yeah, let's use Albus. Sure. And away we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to stick to the 8-second rule because it has done well for me in the past. We're going to hold the 5 button down so that Isaac ults a couple of times. And then we are going to go into auto mode to finish it off. Last week, I almost had 100 million damage with this. But let's see what happens this week. 21 million real quick. Real fast and in a hurry. 30 million. 80 million. 100 million. This is the power of using Albus, guys. If your team is strong enough to survive, using Albus is amazing. 130 million. Here we go. Here we go. 142 million. 142 million. That's actually a personal best. Icarus, my Cornelius, isn't leveled up enough yet. Is not leveled up enough. 142 million is a personal best. Very happy to have achieved that. If I played on manual mode, I probably wouldn't have gotten a lot higher. You know, using Albus, timing Albus's breath weapon. But I'll take it. 142 million puts me top 3 in the guild. Boom, boom, boom. Of course, Passionator has only used 1 attack. Though that was his Osh team. He won't catch me. Idrisil has not used all of his attacks yet. Imagine we'll probably see some big numbers from Idrisil. Mailman did 151 million with his line. Very cool. Very cool. Steve did 140, almost 141 million with his line. Very cool. Very cool. Let's see what we can do with some of our other teams. Let's try our undead tank team. Undead/tank team, I should say. Cleaver with Phobos. There we go. Pets, Albus. Merlin. Probably going to lose very quickly, but that's okay. Sir Turbo, not yet. Not yet. We're leveling him up, but we're not there yet. Francis, he's trying. He's trying it out. He's not been successful yet, but he's been trying it out. The thing is he, let's see, 4.7, not bad, not bad, okay. He maxed his heroes immediately, so I think he overleveled his, his Isaac a little much. How strong does Chronos have to be used? I am not sure. I'm not sure. Let's do the ODH line. Rufus. Orion. Where are you? Orion. There you are. And we'll go with Monka here. Axel. Let's see. Albus. Kane. Axel. How can you overlevel a hero? Well, specifically fighting in the Osh, the Eternal Keeper fight, if your Isaac's armor penetration and physical attack is too high, he doesn't stack his ults fast enough because he kills the spheres too quickly. But that can be rectified by not buying the gold buffs. So, you know, it's just a matter of tweaking the gold buffs and the guild, the buffs that you can buy right here. It's a matter of tweaking these, which ones you purchase, in order to compensate for the overleveling. So while technically you can overlevel, you can not buy certain buffs to offset that. So let's see. We got what, one more fight in here. Let's try Polaris. I know that she's just gonna fall over, but let's give her a try. I don't know. This last team I always just kind of throw together. What level do you stop at for Isaac's book and weapon? Isaac's book, I do not know yet. I'm tweaking a little bit, but Isaac's weapon has to be stopped at 118. It has to be stopped at 118. Once you get that to 118, the others don't really matter. actually, in order to hit the big, like the big 500, 800 million numbers. So, you know, getting him there, and well, I'll show you what I've done. Let's see, Sebastian's artifact weapon, Nebula's artifact weapon, and a lot of people say that you need Martha, but I personally don't believe that you need to level up Martha's artifacts at all. We're gonna have to tweak that as we continue to get higher and higher numbers, of course. But the maxing Sebastian's artifact weapon and Nebula's artifact weapon, I think, are super important, because the bonus crit rate that you get, like him critting is the fight. Like Cornelius hitting a critical hit is the whole point of the fight. So you need to have as high crit chance as possible, right? So that's super important, probably the most important artifact. And you can't level up this higher than 118. You can, again, you just have to, you know, have less buffs elsewhere. But you can continue to level Sebastian and Nebula as high as you want. And again, I'm not really sure on the physical attack and the ring, the book and the ring for Isaac, but you know, since the people that are doing like 800 million damage, they haven't touched his book or his ring after 100. They've left it at 118. So I know that is enough. And since my Isaac is already clapping every Magic team in PvP, I don't really need to level him any higher. So I'm kind of focusing on Aurora right now, because she's going to be the tank that I'm using in 2024. Probably the most against certain lines. She's the one that needs the dodge artifacts. She's the one that needs the artifacts of all my tanks the most. Corvus is doing excellent. Astaroth is doing excellent without the boost of the artifacts. Aurora, I feel like, is horrible without the bonus artifacts. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Leveling up Sebastian's artifact weapon and Aurora's book and ring. And then I'll move on to Nebula after that. What are the glyphs on Isaac? I mean, you can go look for yourself, but I don't think the glyphs matter that much. You can max the glyphs. You probably don't need to do the magic defense glyph all the way up, but you know, any of those. Corvus's ring for extra health. Yeah, I mean, Francis, yeah, absolutely. It is helpful. Corvus's artifact ring for extra health is absolutely helpful. I think the book, armor and magic defense, super helpful. The artifact weapon armor, super helpful. But my Corvus is already beating everybody. Corvus Corvus didn't have any survivability issues before the artifacts were increased. He's still beating the teams that he's supposed to beat. Aurora sucks without having the artifacts increased, because her whole mitigation is based on dodge. And until you level up her dodge book and her strength ring so that her main stat is high enough, the dodge artifact weapon is nice, which I will work on eventually, but like she needs the dodge stat. Aurora at 100 versus Aurora at 130 is like 10% better dodge chance in total, and that's with yeah, and even then, McKay, I still feel like Aurora's horrible. I still feel like she's horrible, but I do think that Cascade and Mage teams are something that I'm going to be spending a lot of time on in 2024, since I'm basically beating every Dante line now, basically beating every single Dante line. So we have to switch to Axel. This will go to Oliver, and this should be fine. Short of a lucky hit. You know. This is doing it. You just use Axel on Astaroth if you're going up against Iris, and that, you know, basically winning against every Dante line now. So I'm not even worried.